Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the channel. So Red Skies is here, and you'll notice I'm currently not playing the game in VR. Well, there's a good reason for that. This update has unfortunately come with a lot of problems. Hopefully these problems will get sorted out pretty quickly, but for now we are stuck with them, so let's talk about it, shall we? Now, with the new update, War Thunder has transitioned over to OpenXR as the engine for running VR. Now, OpenXR is fantastic, but it's clear that some things have become seriously broken with the transition. The game appears to be out of focus in VR at the moment, so it gives you the slight feeling of being cross-eyed when you're not, and this is even worse if you're using the VR zoom function. On top of that, people are reporting that the game is constantly crashing to the desktop in VR for no apparent reason. I myself personally have not been having this issue, but I know some people that have had upwards of 50 crashes in the past 24 hours, which is completely nuts. Apparently even clean installs of the game is not fixing the issues for the people that are currently encountering this problem. Now, this doesn't appear to have affected everyone, and since the update, a micro patch has come out in the past couple of hours which appears to have fixed some of the VR issues for me, particularly if I keep the DLSS off. If I have it on, I still have a few issues with the VR, but if I turn it off, a lot of them go away. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be the case for other VR users, but for me, some of the focusing issues seem to have gone away to an extent. It still doesn't feel as crisp as before, mind you, which is really disappointing, but it isn't completely useless for me now. Now, these VR problems are a major issue, and I really hope it gets fixed soon, because it's literally made the game unplayable for a lot of VR users. I might be able to scrape by over the next couple of weeks, but if something isn't done, I'm definitely going to be switching back to the track IR until there are some significant improvements made. This isn't an annoying problem, this is a totally game-breaking problem for a lot of users, and it needs to get addressed ASAP. Now, the VR problems don't end there, unfortunately. Another problem is you can't mark things on the map anymore. Now, this was a problem that had been around for nearly 4 years, and it finally got fixed only a patch or so ago, and now it's broken again. So to see it broken again is a big letdown for me, and it's really annoying if you want to try and mark stuff on the map, because now, guess what? You can't do it in VR anymore. There also seems to be persistent flickering for some VR users, depending on the graphics settings. Now, it's as if you've got one eye switching on and off really rapidly. So some people are having it for the left lens, some people are having it for the right lens, and for some people it's the environment that is flickering, so like the cockpit and the game world, and for other people it is the dots that are flickering, so like the literal like dots in the sky when you're trying to, spot a distant enemy. So there doesn't seem to be any consistency on what's causing the flickering. The only consistent thing is it's bloody annoying. So yeah, not good news if you're a VR user. The only advice I can give right now is not to play the game in VR if you're currently suffering from these issues until there is a major fix in place, because the last thing you want to do is give yourself a migraine trying to play the game. It's just not worth it. Now sadly, the problems don't stop here when it comes to Sim, but thankfully the rest do not fall under the same game-breaking category as the VR issues. So new airfields have been implemented for several maps: Sicily, Tunisia, Afghanistan, Maginot Line, Zhengzhou, and China's Civil War 1946, which is great. The longer runways are sorely needed improvements over the old airfield models, particularly for top tier. However, the new airfield modules seem to be very easy to destroy. Too easy to destroy, in fact. I'm talking about, the runway, the hangars, the oil derricks, and the tents. I've seen enemy teams take out several airfields completely within the first half hour of a game, which means the team that's being bombed has no airfield left with which to actually land and repair their aircraft in a reasonable time frame. I'm really hoping that this is some sort of bug and not intentional, otherwise 3-hour sim games are going to be a thing of the past, as they can now be ended within 30 minutes to an hour if a team does nothing but attack the airfield modules. Where's the fun in that? Speaking of a reduction in fun, there has also been a development with certain AI-controlled aircraft in Sim. Previously, AI-controlled aircraft such as the surveillance aircraft were represented in top tier as a slow-flying, low-flying F-104. Now, usually they had a habit of flying too low and too slow to be considered realistic. Well, it looks like Gaijin have fixed that, but they have somewhat overcorrected the issue in the Red Skies update, as now these surveillance aircraft fly around the map at a constant Mach 1.14 and have a nasty habit of loitering outside the physical boundary of the map, so players can't even get to them. People have told me that they're struggling to catch these speedy AI even in fully spaded Su-17s and MiG-20 runs, running minimal fuel load. So yeah, hopefully that gets addressed as well. Another worrying thing that's become apparent for me personally are the sim rewards. From my experience in sim games today, it definitely feels like that there has been some sort of reduction. I think it's based on activity time. Now, no doubt this is part of Gaijin's attempt to deal with the AFK farming problem in sim, except it seems to have had a knock-on effect for all players in sim. I'm honestly not surprised that legit sim players are once again suffering thanks to the actions of exploiters, but hey, maybe this too is an error that will soon be fixed. Time will tell. Despite all the doom and gloom, there is something positive to consider. The new SAM defences for the airfield seem to be effective at bringing down aircraft, despite their missiles having some rather erratic behaviour, mind you. I did a test run in the new premium Su-7 that I've got on rental to see if I could hit one of the airfields on the Afghanistan map, and I was promptly slapped out of the sky. So it's fantastic to see some more potent defences for airfields. The missiles themselves need a bit of tweaking though, because whatever that is certainly not the correct behaviour of an air-to-air missile. It looks like it's been taking some illicit substances there. Now these SAMs will hopefully reduce airfield strafing by a significant margin, which has been a serious issue for some time. We know there are more improvements coming to the structure and layouts of enduring confrontation maps, and it's exciting to see continued development in this part of the game considering the relatively small percentage of players that play Sim compared to Arcade and RB. Now I'm hoping that these issues from the Red Skies patch in Sim get resolved quickly, because the problems that have been brought in with the patch could be considered off-putting at best and completely game-breaking at worst. Considering all of the effort that's been going into new airfields, objectives, and just trying to fix the game mode in general, it's a shame to see the bulk of it undone overnight with a simple update. The VR stuff of course needs to be fixed ASAP, otherwise a lot of players will simply turn to other games, but what I'm also concerned about are the regular old annoying things that are coming with the patch. How long will we now have fragile airfield modules for? How long will we have AI controlled aircraft that we can't catch? Now, no doubt most of these things will get fixed, but my concern is how long will it take? Anyway, that's enough ranting from me. I've gone on for enough of a rant. I have a habit of going on tangents. I do plan on doing some sim reviews for the new aircraft that have come in the patch, so I've been able to secure rentals for some, not all of them so far, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to try and get the Vixen done first, and then work on the others after that. So, yeah, something positive to look forward to in the near future, guys. But until then, look, thank you all very much for watching and listening to my mini rant, and I will catch you all next time. Goodbye.